Peace, peace. Just heading back to my spot after doing, I guess you could call this a nature experiment. So, of course, it was a very beautiful day. I was like, wow, it's gonna be 70 plus degrees out here. We're doing what we gotta do. And I was like, all right, I did my usual routine in the house, things I had to do for just survival, and then also things I love to do to thrive. Some meditation, music, and that took me till about, I would say, 1 o'clock. Had to do a meeting, and then I was like, okay, can I stay out all day till the sun goes down? So as I was analyzing my own self, I was like, okay, I did what I had to do, got everything done, and I was like, can I stay outside, right? I hit up people to come outside. Of course, it's Monday. A lot of people work in the Matrix, do what they got to do. And then I was like, all right, I'm staying out. I did the workout, got some lunch. So that took about like 2 hours for doing the workout and then getting something to eat. And then I was like, all right, should I go back home? And I was like, nah, stay outside and just do my best to stay off the phone and do all of that. So I was like, all right, got in the workout. And then I was like, let me just meditate on something, because think about it, right? When we're not using our phones, we activate a different part of us, right? So I was like, man, it does take a while, because I could sit down in the park scrolling on my phone, but I was like, nah, let me just lie down, meditate under a tree, get another workout. I checked in to see if anybody wanted to play handball or do some sports or physical activity. Boom. Shout out to Tej, Queen's very own. He locked in and came out, and then we played 3 games of handball. I lost every game of handball. I was working on handstands on the trees, like flipping upside down or something like this. And then, I was just like, just stay outside. Just do what you got to do. Stay outside and continue to allow your mind to be free of these things. And after hour 3, after hour 4, and remember, I'm only activating the phone now, and I'm like, yo, you see what happens? It's becoming rare and rare that we really take the time for ourselves in a lot of this, meaning that just taking that time to be like, I'm gonna really see what is happening in my mind for hours and hours and hours without going to social media, without going to anything like that, and allowing those things. And as I'm walking back, I'm using this time to reflect on it, and almost as a way to document, because I figured out a way how to use social media in a different way, where I take these lives and I put them on the YouTube, and then we get the information this way. And now that I'm walking home, it feels like a good way to do this. And I get to aim this at the water. I pay a market rate rent to live in an area close to this park. It's very different than how I was growing up in Jamaica, Queens. So I appreciate it. And I'm like, this is one of the best resources I have in my neighborhood. A park that's free. They got workout bars, they got those things. So I was like, for me to really get my money's worth, even in my rent, or my time's worth, or my life's worth, it just really makes more sense for me to invest that time in silence. And I'm gonna go and practice the music stuff later, but I also made a purposeful choice to not bring the guitar, and I practice music with just my voice, and I'm walking to a tempo. So for example, practicing my music without an instrument on me, right, forces me to become the instrument. So a little game and activity I do is I count bars using my footsteps. So if you take a look, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I was playing a little game. I'll show you how it goes. It goes like this. I'll do 2 bars of something, then I'll do 2 bars pause, 2 bars something again. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is a bar in 4 timing. Those who may not know. So I'll be like this. ba da dee ba dee ba dee ba dee da 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 dee da 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 da. Pause 2, 3, 4. Pause 6, 7, 8. Ba 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 da ba 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 dee ba dee ba dee ba da 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 da. And then I can just use that as a musical activity. Whatever you do, you can do whatever, because music is within you. And a lot of times I just default to being on my laptop banging out beats or playing the guitar, or even bringing the acoustic guitar outside. But I was like, let me really just use my own creativity and my own imagination to allow me to practice, or not even practice, I should say do. I've been moving away from practicing. So I'll just be like, yo, I'm gonna make a show right now with just myself. Just make like a one-person show, and I'll create a whole set that's like a 15-minute set, and I'll just practice that. I could use lyrics that I know, and for example, I'll just use some song lyrics I know right now, and I'll just call it a performance. So I'll just be using a song. So let's just see a song I know right here. For this demonstration, since I'm using the phone, it's a lot more fun without the phone, to be honest. But I would be like, okay, here's a verse I know. I don't really know what you're supposed to see. Just a moment ago, my soul was free. Lost in the game and I'm stuck in the maze. Paid the cost of fame and I was juggling haze. Blood leave my head through my jugular vein. No car instead, I've been taking a train. Living but I feel like I'm dead in the brain. Sometimes you get a feeling but it's never the same. As a man with a plan as he stands with his hand at the van, as a fan with a can. Quarter, martyr slaughter. Slaughter, harder for another father. Bigger, liquor would make him sicker. All we did was make him bitter. Cinnamon and cinnamon, in him, my middle would spread a pretty penny on a handy sip of penny. My business is finished, I'm independent. You only took a stand as a co-defendant. I'm living on earth with thoughts of heaven. Stepping on the turf and I brought my brethren. Quite a bit of world just to learn the lesson. But if we don't work, I burn and session, immense, and I'm blessing. And this is my presence of prison, man. Live with the vibe in the place to be. I try to survive, no place in me. I don't know why they hate on me. Them same old folks could have hated me. They ain't have no faith in me. Yet I still held on faithfully. To make it, I take it, and naked, debate it, degrade it, forsake it, and fake it. I stay with love in my heart. So those last 8 measures I did in one breath. So this is ways with no instrumentation, no speaker, no microphone. I'm able to do something. If I wanted to make up a chorus, I'm walking on the water, 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 sailing underneath the bridge. I'm walking on the water, 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 sailing underneath the bridge. I'm walking on the water, sailing underneath the bridge. I'm walking on the water, sailing underneath the bridge, right? We have so much limitless potential with our imaginations. And the more that I use my imagination, and the more that I'm able to use my imagination as the biggest factor in my life, meaning that is the driving force, not what I see on the internet, not what I see with my eyes, not what I see on social media, just what I see in my imagination. And how can I imagine the best things? Can I imagine things being more beautiful? Can I imagine a more beautiful world than the world I see? And can I let that imagination guide my reality and lead me to thinking different thoughts and taking different actions and having different energy? So once again, here's the bar game. Ba-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Rest, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Biddy 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 beep dee 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 dum dum ba da dum. 1, 4, 2, 2. Biddy beep. Biddy dee. Biddy dee 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 dee. 1, 4, 2. there's a baby that just makes a sound. The baby said, yada, ding, 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 ding. Yada, ding, 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 ding. Yada, ding, 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 ding. Yada, ding, 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 ding. And the mom said, Adriane, yada, ding, ding, da, Adriane. Just listening to the sounds. I was playing a game with a couple friends, and everyone's name is a song. Anything that has a tone and a rhythm is music. And a big thing I've been doing is separating or getting rid of, pardon me, the idea that I have to practice things in a more conventional way. I can create anything and make a song out of any word. I can make a song out of any word, any word. Da, 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 da. Everything has a rhythm and a melody when you say it. I can make, and you could play with it. I can make a song out of every word. I can make a song out of every word. Right? And if you have that perspective, that's what's, that's what's beautiful. You just be like, yo, I don't need to get a show to start practicing for the show. All right, we got some, I can't see the pines. Maybe here? Yep. Nice little pine tree out here. And the big thing that I have learned is everything is music. Music is just vibration. Vibration of sound. It is the bending of sound and air to create tones. But everything is music on a literal level. The sound of that, the sound of that, the sound of that, the sound of that, sound of that, the sound of that, the sound of that. From any sound, you could start making riffs and melodies. And especially when I do practice on my instrument, I know that my ultimate instrument is my body. And my body is the ability to make any sounds. Your body does so much. So you could be like, I'ma walk up on the grass, I'ma do it how I do it, I'ma do it, I'ma last. So everything is sound. And that's all you gotta do. Put intention behind sound and create a performance. And you can do that any moment, any way. And if you think of it, that's what you do when you write song lyrics, right? Or when you write a piano melody or write a guitar riff. You get to do those things. And that's what it is. And I was like, I am choosing to make things easy. Because life is fucking hard. Life's got a bunch of shit going on. And you can make it easy by just connecting to the earth. By just connecting to yourself. By walking in the park. You can make things easy. And exciting. And it can even be easy to do a difficult thing. Because I think difficult things are just several small steps. Like if you want to work out, just show up to the park and then say, I'll do one push-up. Say, I'll do one push-up. I did that 100 times. It's 100 push-ups, but simplify, I should say. Maybe easy isn't the right word, but you can make anything simplified. And that's what I'm doing. I was like, I'm going to use this live to create something as I walk on my way home and reflect on just doing my best to stay out as soon as I finished all the work I had to do. So I got to 6 hours and do it alone. Of course, if you can join with friends and people, that's great too, but do it alone. Walk out there alone, stay out alone. There was many times during this, now I think it's almost 7 hours, I've been outside, where I was like, oh, I should just go home. And I thought about it, right? I thought about it and I said, well, what am I going to do? I'm going to be in my apartment and most likely I will use my phone. I will go on the internet. I'll have YouTube playing. I have music playing. But I was like, I just challenged myself to be out here and not have that worry or thought that like it's wasting time or I have to be productive. Because this I am learning is one of the most productive things you can do, to remember you are a part of nature, to remember you are a part of an ecosystem, that we're not that different from the trees and the grass and all these other things. We might want to feel like we are these grandiose beings, but yo, if oxygen disappears from here, we all done. If the earth goes through a catastrophic situation, you know, we had that little tremor of an earthquake, and that humbled me, because I was like, imagine if we went through some real shit, we'd be done in a second. So just every moment is precious, and I think it's very, very beautiful to be alive. I'll do another 4 bars. It's precious to be alive. Hold it down, we the vibe. Do it down, we inside. But I'm over here outside. I'm inside because I'm traveling through some inner space. Keep it moving, I got no time to waste. My feet keep the tempo. Speed it up, get slow. Let's go. You never know, I overcome every obstacle. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Rest. 2 bars to break. Never make mistakes. Gotta love it great. No need to hate. 1, 2. Shadow standing tall when I give it my all. It's like a spellcaster that will rise, don't fall. If you think of it, you have the ability to play. Children have the ability to play. And we as adults get out of that play. We get out of that play zone and we forget. You know, I've made it a point to just do these lives and not care if anybody looks. But then I just dump them on YouTube because it's archiving. It's archiving the same way someone would write a journal or a diary. This is it. And I've decided that this is the greatest form of what I do. Everything is just as valid. So whether I do something like this outside in the park, I make a song, I make a beat, I do a composition, no moment in my life is lesser in value. You know, even if you got to do some matrix ass shit like stand in line at the DMV to renew your license or something, you know, like it's all valid. And I'm truly striving to extract the sauce out of life and just do whatever is being called on my spirit in a simple way that leads me to taking action and not judging it. Once I started noticing these thoughts that are like, yo, there's people out here who are successful at writing books. There's people out here who are successful at podcasting, making music, you name it. There's beauty and success in all of these things. And that is what allows us to reach new heights and new levels. That success feeling. So I was like, yo, everything I do has value. This is a damn near short film right here. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's all valid. It's all valid. There's my shadow, right? Even taking this image of my shadow with this car lights. Shadow got value, right? And if you can see everything is valuable, that's what's been shifting my energy. I used to think that other moments were more valuable. Or I'd be like, man, this isn't this. Or when I get to this really valuable moment, I'll be able to do this or that. And then I just started to let that go and just be like, nah, I want to see value in every moment. I want to see value in every opportunity. I want to see value in every second. And it's not determined by like, you know, do I win something or do I create some form of productivity? It's just like everything is. And I feel that as I'm tapping deeper into that, I'm just able to be thankful. I'm thankful there's someone who takes the time to look at this. I'm thankful for everything. I'm thankful for this very moment. And another big shift I made was gratitude mindset. So to basically, instead of wanting a lot of things or wanting to do more things or have more opportunities or get into some other moment that is not existence, I just say I'm thankful that I'm walking. I'm thankful I'm doing this live. I'm thankful I'm here. I'm thankful I'm sharing my story. I'm thankful for what it is. So that's pretty much what I got to say. And that's my upload or my journal entry from staying out 6 hours today after I finished doing what I had to do. And I encourage you to try that and just, continue to do something, to sit under a tree, to slow down. Especially, we come from the inner city. Most of us who are watching my live or into me, we grew up in these city spaces, and many a time we don't even know what to do when we can't go to some upstate park or this or that. But man, just use your imagination. If you're in a city area and all you got's a patch of dirt and some urban playground, and rock with that and use your imagination and let that imagination guide you. Let that take you further. Let that allow you to grow. Let that allow you to be. Let that allow you to have whatever it is you need. And, if you get anything out of this, give yourself the credit. You can hit the link in my bio. You can check out things. I have a group chat called Decipher where people are sharing events and resources. Tomorrow, anybody is invited to come through, and we're doing a walk in Forest Park, 10 a.m. So I'll do what I have to do before that. That'll be an excuse to get up early, get things done, and have to get out of my house at 9 to get down to Forest Park by 10. I got 2 people willing to roll, and that's about it. You just see how you can spread that. And when, people ask me to go out certain places, I just say, hey, you want to go to the park? Hey, you want to cook food together? Hey, do you want to exercise together? Walk in a trail? And this is what I am saying because I feel that that's more important for me to say than to check out a show and event. I do post the shows and events that I do. I have a mailing list you can get on. But really, all those things come a distant second to people just doing what they got to do for themselves. We get to do what we got to do. We get to live this life, and something as beautiful as the weather and simple as the weather could really, really allow us to really change our mood. So absorb all of that and do what you can to bring your mood to a frequency that is love or serving you. Our minds can take us to these really deep, dark places. But when you hear the birds singing and pay attention to the wind and really do what you got to do, this is why I'm not even looking at the phone. I'm just holding it, walking, and I'm looking at the sky, and I'm just seeing what else happens. And that's it, man. That's it. That's really all I got to say. I guess you could say this is a journal entry, a podcast. I'm going to put it on the YouTube. It's there. And yeah, I'll also sign out on don't give a fuck about the algorithm. Don't give a fuck about if anybody's watching your shit. If you feel like you need to document something, document it, say it. And as you say it and document it, you yourself, by doing that, have sent a sonic wave throughout the cosmos. You've created a new shift. And if you can see that every time you speak a word, you're casting some sort of spell into the omniverse and you're letting it out there. So cast those spells on the greatness. Reaffirm that to everybody. Encourage people to do things that allow them to look within themselves. Encourage people to do things that cost absolutely no money. Encourage people to spend time with themselves, This is a city full of distractions, a city full of a million things to do every day. But whatever you do it with intent, do it with purpose, do it with grace, do it with love, do it with joy. Yeah, those are my thoughts after staying outside. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost 7 hours out here straight. Yep, enjoy. Do what you gotta do. Linear time doesn't really exist. We move with it. It's nice enough to be out here and without a jacket, and it's also nice enough out here where it's not gonna get too hot. That happens like in summer days. So enjoy this time. Enjoy this time. Enjoy these dates. Enjoy the things that you can that allow you to feel free, whatever that is. And yeah, stay outside, sit under a tree, read a book, do some exercise, have a picnic, and then do some more exercise and do what you gotta do. Peace, peace, love, love. Be outside.